Well, the Torah is eternal, every moment of every day. All you need is open up the Torah portion and see what it says. It's God's everlasting guide. By its mitzvahs we abide, brightening our lives and show.
Danny, I hope you're cleaning for Pesach.
Yeah. I'm helping.
Brightening our lives and showing us the proper way. So if you're living with the times, making sure your daily life's divine, yeah, you gotta watch Rabbi Benny's Torah videos today. Welcome to the Cabo Jewish Center's video blog, the Torah portion of Tzav. So you know Passover is just a couple of days away. It's the holiday when Jewish men around the world remember the bitter enslavement to the Egyptians and all the suffering that we went through. And Jewish women all around the world celebrate this holiday by going, "Oh, you think that's suffering?" But let's talk about this week's Torah portion. The Torah continues discussing God's commandments with regards to various types of different sacrifices to be brought to the tabernacle, as well as the 7-day preparation period that Moses and the priests went through before the tabernacle's grand inauguration ceremony. But in the beginning of the portion, while discussing the sacrifices, the Torah says over and over again and in various ways that the fire which was on top of the altar must remain lit at all times and cannot be extinguished. In fact, it repeats itself just one too many times that it reminds me of someone.
Take us into head, Bubala, and don't forget to wear your gloves, it's cold out. Don't forget to wear your gloves, it's cold out! Don't forget to—
But unlike my Jewish grandmother, the Torah isn't known to have any shtick. Yeah, neither does the Torah have a beard for that matter. So why is this command, repeated by a Torah, known to be extremely precise and exact? Well, the commentaries remark that the Torah is giving us another message between the lines. Not only was the fire on the altar to always be burning, but it was also used to light the flame of the menorah and the altar of incense, which were both situated in the inner sanctuary. In other words, each day when it was time to light the menorah in the inner sanctuary, a priest would go outside to the altar in the courtyard, get the flame, and bring it in to light the menorah. Yo, you have a light? Anybody got matches? We'll just schlep over to the altar then. Okay, so the altar was always lit, and it was a convenient place to find fire. But why did they need to light the fire from there? Would it not have been a bigger honor to the great and beautiful menorah if it had its own golden match? And what about those priests who smoked and always carried lighters with them? Were they simply useless?
Of course I don't smoke. We priests aren't even allowed to smoke.
One of the beautiful Hasidic interpretations to this is based on the idea that the tabernacle is not just something of the past. Neither is it just a physical structure without any connection to the individual, especially the one living in a 21st century. Rather, God commands each and every person living in this world to build a home for His infinite presence to dwell in. This means that the ark, the menorah, the altar of incense, the table, and yes, the sacrificial altar all have very deep significance when translated into our own personal divine service. The outer sacrificial altar was situated outside in the courtyard, and that's where the animal and food sacrifices were burned. In our personal lives, it represents that part of us which deals with transforming and elevating the world around and outside of us. The altar of incense and the menorah, however, were situated inside the sanctuary, which was covered and much more restricted to the outside elements. They represent the interpersonal relationship that a person must have with God. Studying Torah and experiencing a deep love for God, these are fires that exist only in the deep recesses of our souls and don't necessarily have any relationship with our surroundings. So many people believe that before they go outside and change the world, they need to perfect and change themselves on the inside. Yeah, I'm not really ready to start any serious relationship. I just think I gotta get my life together before any commitments, you know? Or maybe, one second, so you want me to make Torah videos for YouTube, and I don't even have any sponsors yet? Let me study everything there is to know first, and only then will I go out and teach it to others. These are the views and opinions by so many nowadays. In other words, they think that first they will light the fires of their inner sanctuaries, and only then will they be able to pass the flame to the outside and change the world. And that's where the message of this week's Torah portion comes into the picture. The fire on the outside altar must constantly burn, And then from that fire itself are the inner flames ignited. When we shine and influence the outside, making a difference to our surroundings, then our inner personal issues get affected and transformed for the better too.
Oh, so you're saying that I should start making the videos and then the sponsors will come. Oh, yeah.
Next week is Passover, when we'll all celebrate the festival of freedom by sitting with family and friends around the Seder table. We'll all get ready to experience a very personal and internal redemption of our own. And yet, before we begin reading the Haggadah, we all loudly invite anyone from the outside who doesn't quite yet have a Seder to attend to come join in our celebration.
Anybody who wants to partake in the Seder is more than welcome to come and join us in our... What?
And this is precisely the message. When we are ready to work on our own self-perfection, wishing to light the menorahs of our souls, we must grab hold of that flame from our outer altars. The inspiration and energy must come from our relentless efforts to better the world around us. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach, and next year in Jerusalem.
ושירים ארוג כי אליך נפשי תרוג.
כולכם יודעים מה קורה עם שועכים בירושלים, אבל מי שישכח את יציאת מצרים יצטרך לחזור אליה.